Bobbers, happy Friday and welcome to this week's vlog from us at Partner Burner Services, and I hope we're all okay. As always, because I say it all the time, thanks to everyone that subscribed. We actually had the most subscribers ever in a week, so thank you, and please keep it up because we love it. And the comments last week, we had such a great varied comments from experienced people right down to people just starting in the game. So yeah, we'll take it. Thank you very much for that, and I hope I answered all your questions well for you. Moving quickly on to this week's vlog, we are going to do what do we call it, Isabel? A bit of this and a bit of that. That's what we're going to call it. So Isabel's coming out of me for the morning. I'll be totally honest with you, I'm a little bit, not stressed, because I don't get stressed, I'm frustrated because I've got quite a few jobs to do, and we're also, just the nerves are kicking a little bit now because we're doing the Gransden Show on Saturday. Okay, so we're going to be doing a service now. I think maybe a couple of services, which I'll just show you little bits and bobs on. The full services will be out on vlogs later on as we go, and we are going to do a couple of repairs as well. So I'm not going to go on anymore, and I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. So we are going to a service, Isabel. We are going to do a wall start service. It's now stopped raining, and this is the problem in our game. When it rains, it causes a problem. We have got umbrellas, and we've got a tent, but obviously it's not always easy to use. The problem I'm having at the moment today, and I want to give people a bit of an insight into it, is that I'm thinking, right, I'm off to do the wall star now, but at the same time I'm thinking about, is my sister, aka Karen, in the office doing the Gransden Show stuff, because we're getting behind on that. I've also noticed it's quite busy with breakdowns. I'm also a bit worried about Lee and Ryan today fitting a combi wall star, because they've never done one, but they should be fine, but I naturally worry, so we might have to go and see them. And I don't even know where Ben is because I've been too busy doing my own stuff this morning. I do get a bit worried sometimes because you never know what's going on. Also, it's coming up to the end of the month, so there's lots of paperwork getting sorted out and invoicing to do, as well as I know I need to order the sapphire boilers because I'll fit in some next week, but also I've got some for show which I need to pick up on Thursday before the show. And then I'm also very worried because I think it's going to rain on Friday, so we'll be setting up the show on Friday in the rain, all the tents and that, trying to get everything in, dried out and look nice. While all this is going on in my head, at the same time I'm also thinking, right, I need to be getting here, I need to be getting there. Oh, I've still got a few quotes to do. So my head's pretty busy at the minute. And yeah, my wife laughs at me because she's like, how can your head be so busy? But my head literally is busy all the time. And I don't know why, it's just not switching off at the minute. I think it's coming up to that time of year as well, it's the winter, so it just makes life a lot harder, and it's just gearing up. The amount of services being booked in are going up. We should be at the end of our tank season, we've still got tanks to do. We start slowing up on boiler installations, we've still got too many of them to do. I think 9 or 10 of them to do. So it's all a bit full on. Anyway, Isabel, we're just turning up at the job in a second, so we need to crack on. So we're here, come this way. So here we have a wall star, and we love a wall star. So we do a quick regulation check for a start. It's got a guard on here because it discharges less than 2 meters in height. We have got a guard, which is all good. It's got the fire valve on it there, which again is all good. There's no filter in that there, but I understand why they haven't done it because it comes straight out the ground. The oil line, in an ideal world, it'd come up along filter, fire valve and go back in again. So maybe I will talk to them about that. So we're just going to put them down. We'll go around to the oil tank first, Isabel. Okay, so regulations of the oil tank. This fails epically, as they all do normally. So it's too close to that there, that shed there. It's got rubbish around it. It's far enough away for the boundary. However, there's not enough of a far jump on there. The base is terrible. I would guess we can measure it. That is not 6 foot from there, and obviously you've got a downpipe. So there's lots of things wrong with this. But we are just going to inspect this tank and have a good look all over it. We're just going to pop this in here like so. And as you can see in here, we have a Sterling burner. We have all the looks like we've got cobwebs. And there's your oil line. I've just explained about regulations, combustion chamber in there. So I'm going to get some tools and I'm going to basically start cleaning it. We're not going to show you a massive amount about this because at the end of the day, we are going to do a vlog on how to service a Worcester. It'll be coming out soon, but there we go. So probably the next time you'll see me is I'll show you a little bit more about this and then we'll be back in the van. Over now. Okay, so what I love about our vans, and if you ever do this, I recommend you do it, get an inverter put in your van. Because all you can do is plug in, get on there, it goes, extension lead, and you can run on Hoover. 3,000 watts, 2 batteries on these vans. You get a good 3/4 of an hour to an hour before the battery runs out, and then you can still start your van. That's why I say you should get one. There we go, Isabel. Okay, we jump forward a little bit. So I have disconnected the burner, taken it out. I have taken the combustion chamber lid off. If you want to look inside there, Isabel, you'll see it's quite dirty. I'm going to give that a clean in there, a good old clean out. On our vlog last week, you'll see there was this wire brush here, which I explained was particularly for wall stars. Look, get your hand in there. You can clean there nice and easy when you've got your Hoover in there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. Like I say, this is the weekly vlog, so I'm showing you an insight. There's a full video on how to service a wall star in this particular one, which will be out in a few weeks' time, because I've just repeated myself, I think. We're trying to do 2-in-1 vlogs here, so we're having a bit of a go. We'll be back a little bit later when we're setting the boiler up. Oh, I think it's gonna rain, Isabel, Isabel. Okay, Isabel, so what's just happened to us now?
It's pouring with rain.
It's raining. If you just walk out and get wet and walk back, have a little look at our setup. Ta-da! See, we're not wet, but it is wet. See, clamp it to your Hoover. Easy peasy.
Very smart.
Right, Ben, if you're watching, it is possible, and we're not getting wet. Apart from when the wind blows, it's fine. So I'm now going to do the burner of this boiler. I'm not going to show you too much because, as I keep telling you, it's in the vlog. I've nearly finished this. We had to put a photocell on this one like so. I've got to give it a bit of a clean. The vlog we've just been doing or trying to record, it didn't go too well because we had a torrential downpour, didn't we, Isabel?
Yeah.
Which wasn't ideal. We ended up in the van. So I'm just going to stick the oil back on now, which is at the bottom here. Do we want to show people that, Isabel? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. On these, you've got the Royale unit here. That's where you turn it on and off there. I've checked the filter in there. That's fine. It's just like a gauze. I've advised the customer it needs a side tube as well. So I'm just going to turn it on. Essentially, with this job, we need a side tube on the tank. We need a filter underneath the Worcester boiler, and it needs a baffle inside. But apart from that, it's looking okay. Right, Isabel, as I said a minute ago, back to the van. Okay, so that's that Worcester done. The weather annoyed us there, didn't it, Isabel?
It did.
It wasn't ideal. We're now going to another village where we put a boiler in a while ago, and basically they wanted a boiler only, and we said he wanted loads of stuff on the system, but now they're saying, oh, some of the vans don't work, it all needs balancing, blah, 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 why don't you do it? Well, we didn't do it because it weren't part of the job, because you wouldn't pay for it. So I'm going back there now to have, not an argument, but a discussion about it. And that is the office, so I now need to speak to the office. Keep it rolling, Isabel. Hello, Karen.
Hello.
Hello, you are on our YouTube video for the week, so it just proves that Karen does talk to us as well, Isabel.
Yeah.
And the office does ring us. So we're going to go now while we have secret conversations. Okay, so we've just been to that house and I ended up putting a circulating pump on there because it didn't sound like it was running right. However, yeah, it does need loads of extra work on that house, and I did tell them when I done it, they're now going to pay their bill. But at the end of the day, they need the extra work doing. I got all the radiators hot, I've got it balanced better, but at the end of the day, it still needs work, so that's down to them, not us. We've moved on a little bit. If you shine there, Isabel, look. There's the boys, the dream team, Lee and Ryan. We've just been to see them to make sure they're happy with the Worcester install. Yes, it is going very well, so I'm very pleased about that. They're just going to start the piping side soon. They've got the water jacket on, so that's always a good sign. And now me and Isabel are just popping off to service, but we're going to get a burger, aren't we, Isabel?
Yeah, because we are starving.
Starving, because poor Isabel had to sit in the van for an hour while I was at the last house because the lady and gentleman there, let's just say, I wouldn't want Isabel to deal with them. So, yeah, we ended up, or she ended up even, Isabel ended up being in the old van for an hour. But I think you've posted a short, haven't you, Isabel?
I have, yes.
All good. Okay, so we'll be back. So, Isabel, what were you thinking?
A burger.
Oh, needed that, flipping egg. So, little change of plan. because of the weather and the problem we had the weather earlier, and I had to go to the farm earlier and do some bits up there, we've ended up a little bit behind. Yeah, I could have done with not having to go to that last person as try and sort her rads out and do all that side of it and explain all that again, because I've done it before, which is a bit of a nightmare. So my 11 o'clock job basically is now 1:45. So what I've done is I've taken the decision to ring that customer, which I'm going to do in a minute because we've been going there for years, they'll be fine. Delay that till later, it means I'll be on my 1 o'clock job by 1 o'clock, and then that allows me to then be on time with the rest of my jobs for the day and then pick up on the other one later, because it's a better way of doing it. If you just end up all day long being 2 hours late at every job, that's how you get a bad reputation. So you're better just to let one person down, tell them you'll be there later, apologise, and then they'll be happy, and then everyone else is happy because you've got it all in order. What have I got left today? This is the problem. Loads of breakdowns have come in. So I've still got a couple of services in total. We're off now to do a Grant circulating pump. Once that's done, I've got a pump getting hot and system not working in a local village called Patworth to us. So that's probably going to be a pump. What else have we got, Isabel? We've got some other stuff as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's about 3 other jobs,
Services.
Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, we've got 2 or 3 jobs which I need to go to, which are breakdowns, and then there's essentially still quite a lot for the boys. So Benjamin's doing alright on his servicing at the moment. He's done a couple of services. He's halfway through his third, which is an Arga cooker, so he's doing much better than me. Then he's going to pick up a load of the breakdowns, and he still has one last Arga cooker to do. Ryan and Lee, we popped to see them quick, didn't we?
Yeah.
So they're doing very well. Probably better than what I thought, to be honest. I'm not sure they're going to get that up and running today, because there's quite a lot of pipe modification to do there, because they pulled the old Worcester combi out and some of it hasn't quite been piped right. So rather than leave it and mess around, we just thought, boom, do it again, do it right. Yes, it costs us a bit of time, however the customer will be happy and we want a happy customer. So that's where we're at. I'm going to continue driving. We'll get back to you when we get to the Grant. So what we're doing here is we are changing a pump, because it just goes red when it warms up, okay, or when it goes to fire, and it's usually because there's a bearing seized on the back. We've had no end of these go, to be honest with you. This one's been changed by another company after it's a year old, but now obviously it's done it again, so we're going to put another proper Grant one in. And yeah, we've had quite a few problems with the Grundfos actual, you know, their own brown ones anyway. So all you have to do is turn it off here. There's an isolation valve down there. You undo that nut there, you undo that nut there, you take it out. That's a non-return valve that I'll show you in a minute. You take that off, and then you obviously put it all back together again, and away you go. We can't record too much because the customer's around, so we have to be quite cool about it. But I wanted to try and show you the fault, and we've been a little bit unlucky today because everywhere we've been, there's been customers. So there we go. I'm going to do some quiet time now. Isabel's going to video me while I'm keeping quiet. We don't have to be quiet at the minute. Right, so I've turned the 2 isolation valves off. Hopefully it should hold. We'll know as soon as I do that. And no, it's still full bore. So clearly it's not turning off properly. So we'll just make sure that that is actually off. No, because I need to turn it off.
Silly Billy.
Right, let's try again. There we go. As always on a Grant, it's always red hot. So I can literally hardly touch it, but we'll be okay. Cool, that is hot. The circulation pump go this way, the arrow on these. So the idea is you undo this one here, you push and you lift. And then that comes out of there, look Isabel. Okay, then you can just undo this one. And we'll take it outside. Okay, we're outside now, so yeah, this is the Wilo pump I'm going to put back on. It's not the genuine Grant one, but it did the job absolutely fine. This is what I was trying to explain inside, but we got caught short by the customer. Here's a non-return valve. So the idea behind this non-return valve is when the heating system's off, it's in. When the heating system comes on, it opens up and lets the water through. Sometimes it gets stuck. So in the summertime, if you have your hot water on, but your heating warms up as well, that Change that little punk. So all I'm going to do now I've got the pump out and I can hold it, so we're just going to undo it. Like so. Good washer still in there. It's one of the white ones, are really good. That works well as well still, so that's really good as well. And make sure you get it correct so that arrow's facing that way, and obviously that's where the non-return valve goes. So we're now going to do it up, and now there's going to be quiet time inside again. Again, and this seems to be the story of our life today, and this is why we film real content all the time, so people understand that you can't just easily vlog things. We was going to show you there a circulating pump that's failed. The idea of that is I was going to show you that, well, you know when they're failed because there's some lights that come up on the front of the Grundfos pumps, and when they're solid red one end and maybe orange the other end solid, they're dead, they don't work. And that's just an epic failure. And 9 times out of 10 recently, it's because they're seized up at the back, the little bearing at the back, because I've taken some apart. This one's not very old, so this will go back under warranty, which is great. But I wanted to show you, obviously, the fault, what happens, how we rectify it, and the end result. But unfortunately, the customer just thought he'd natter. So Isabel hopefully has caught some of me doing it, and very clearly we're doing it quietly, and etc, etc. Did you catch any of that, Isabel?
I tried my best.
She tried her best. So yeah, I'm sorry if this week's video is coming across as a bit naff, because unfortunately we've had the content, but we've just really struggled to record it because of the wind, and then the rain, and then the customers, and just circumstances. But this is real. This is what I was just saying. At the end of the day, it's real. This is what happens. Things are not perfect all the time, are they, Isabel? No. Where we're going now, we're going to Cumberton to do a service. However, there is a however, it is now nearly 2 o'clock, isn't it, Isabel?
Yes, it is.
I need to take you back to the office to edit what we think is not going to be very good, but we'll find out on Friday when she's done it. And that's it. That's this week's YouTube vlog. Ching! Done by Barton Burner Services. The bobbers, and I hope you enjoyed it. So there we go, that was pretty much a bit of this and a bit of that, a little insight into what I get up to in the morning. We was going to do a whole day, but unfortunately Isabel, bless her, has got to edit it this afternoon, because tomorrow, i.e. Thursday in our world, but it'll be Friday in yours, she's got to get on with the Gransden Show with us. So please feel free to comment as always. We love a comment, and obviously for them people that haven't subscribed, because we know loads of people watch us and don't subscribe, please do. So as always, have a great weekend everyone, and well, stay safe.